Cannot do that.
Alright, hello, Wander here to talk about the Aberroth's Command Warpath build. No haste, I'm running around at 130 movement speed. This could be like 145. We're using an unspec'd lunge for traversal skill. It's a dual-wielding sentinel, so dual-wielding sentinels are about the squishiest thing that could exist in this game, but I'm still able to clear 500 corruption. It obviously does tons of damage. 30 Second Aberroth. I'm missing some like exalted % health on some of my gear. I could be at like 3,500 health, but it clears the content I want to without really dying, so it's fine by me. When using this Scepter, your Void Cleave is just instant cast, and you don't have to wear a two-handed sword or axe. So that means we can press Void Cleave while we're spinning in Warpath. We're doing 5 points in Warrior's Fury, so the area and the damage ramps up the longer you hold it, but so does the mana cost. And then we're using Rive to refill our mana, using this prefix on the helmet. Mana gain when you use Rive and hit an enemy. We're also speccing into this Azure Crescendo thing. I like using this new Aberroth's Command Scepter. Oh, the new sword, Null's Tooth. The Swiftness Crab Ring is really nice because you can't really press evade when you're warpathing, so it makes sense to trade your evade for Swiftness. So a little quirk to the build. Before channeling Warpath, I do a Void Cleave to proc my Abyssal Echoes buff, and then I do a Volatile Reversal to get all that extra damage that gives you. So I just instantly Void Cleave, Volatile Reversal, Rive a couple times, and then I start spinning. And I start spinning until I get 2 Echoes, and then I stop and Volatile Reversal and Rive and dump all my Void Cleave charges. So 2 Echoes, okay, I do that, Rive, and then I go again. Holding down Rive and dumping all my Void Cleaves and Volatile Reversals. If you're not using Warrior's Fury, you're probably not killing Aberroth in under a minute. with Warpath. An extra little bonus that whenever your Warpaths echo, they will ramp up with Warrior's Fury over the 2 seconds of their existence, which is pretty sweet. So let's just go right into the skills now. So for Warpath, you don't need the +4. I just don't have many options. I also would like to be using the other Sentinel body armor, the one that gives you dot mitigation from armor. For Warpath, we put all 5 points into Warrior's Fury here. So every 1 second, it's doing another 100% more damage, but also costing a lot more mana. And I can hold this for about 5 seconds to fully dump my mana, which is totally fine. Otherwise, 40% more damage, but doubled while dual wielding, so 80% more damage here. Max that out. Here we get 10% global base crit, since we're wearing our sword in our offhand. This is really the only way to play Warpath, unfortunately, is as a Void Knight, because of how much damage is locked behind this node up here. 12 time rot goes up to 12 stacks, so 15 times 12 is like 180% more damage, and we get up to 12 time rot stacks very quick. With my extra 4 points from my body armor, I just went over here and got like a little bit more damage versus low health enemies. But these are the ones you cut if you don't have the amount of skills. You want it to give you mana back as fast as possible. The pool's not that important because the Warpath AoE gets absolutely massive, and it's just mowing through monos. So that's Rive. Volatile Reversal, nothing really to talk about here. I took a extra 1 second reversal time. You just get 1 second longer on all your buffs from Volatile Reversal, so it's better for bossing. Okay, and then Void Cleave. First of all, it's contributing to our Void Res Shred. It's our only source of Void Res Shred, but Shred is not that important in this build because we get so much penetration from our Scepter. Scepter gives you up to 20% Void Pen, and then I happen to get this Nihilist from the egg with Void Pen on it, so for me in particular, I don't have this Void Shred maxed, but you definitely can if you want. Proccing Abyssal Echoes, so we never have to cast it directly. And then I go over here and got the 25% more damage per time rot. This is massive more damage on Void Cleave, 200, like 300% more damage with 12 stacks of time rot. So that's quite a lot. It actually does a lot of damage, so I went and got all the more damage nodes. That makes sense. I definitely thought about a lot of these, and I've tried a lot of them too. Void Cleave gets so many more damage nodes in it. And at the end of the day, Warpath was still doing the majority of my damage. And on top of that, the instant cast Void Cleave, there's a bug right now where it can't echo. It will never echo with this Scepter. Because of that, we're basically missing out on 40% more damage there, because that's my chance to echo is 40%. So it's kind of sad that that's the case, but because of that, I'm not going like all out on the damage. I'm still leaving some utility in here. Like I'm valuing the area, I'm valuing the crit vulnerability here, and mana gain on crit helps with monos. One point in this Ravaging Aura thing, for one reason only. You lose 5% of your current health per second when you have Ravaging Aura, and it lasts extra long with this Scepter. It lasts like an extra up to 12 seconds longer. So you pretty much will permanently have this Ravaging Aura on. It doesn't do any damage at all. It just causes you to lose 5% of your current health per second. And that's good because Leech occurs over the course of like 5 seconds, but if you ever reach max health, then your Leech resets back to 0. So anyway, it's just good for your survivability, long story short, because you will be leeching back to full instantly. But no, it's a great addition. So Abyssal Echoes, same old, more damage and attack speed, chance to apply Time Rot, which all of our abilities get more damage per stack of Time Rot. Armor Shred, and applies Blind. Pulses on the ground 4 times, and each pulse applies 4 Armor Shred stacks. So now passives, you want to max this Time in Faith because we're doing a Generator Spender, and then get the attack speed with the sword in your offhand. You get to make use of this new Forge Guard threshold bonus here, 10% attack speed with a sword. Void Knight looks about the same as every other Void Knight out there. The only difference, I tried both of these out. So much of our damage depends on having 12 Time Rot stacks, so it's either 28% increased damage or like get to 12 time rot stacks sooner, and this is definitely just better. So that's passives. Idols. Lots of our increased damage is locked behind these wide idols, unfortunately. You get a lot of melee void damage on your idols, that's what you want to look out for. And then this one is helping us get our armor shred stacks up there some more. Well, we should always have this when a skill echoes damage. So for blessings, this one, either crit chance, crit multi, or increase void damage. They're all good, it just depends on what you need. I like taking the mana here so you can spin for longer with the Warrior's Fury. All res armor. I think going armor, endurance, or frailty is fine for this last one. So for the gear, the helmet is really important because the helmet exclusively has these two affixes: mana gained when you use Rive and hit one enemy, and percent reduced channel cost, which the percent reduced channel cost is really good with the Warrior's Fury Warpath, costing 20 more mana each second you spin. Reducing that by a percentage allows you to spin for a lot longer. I would seal tier 1 Volatile Reversal here. The interesting thing about the channel cost is that you're going to want to reset your Warpath every time Volatile Reversal's off cooldown anyway. So you only really need to spin for... You want to spin for 4 seconds without running out of mana. So if I could find the helmet, I would try sealing tier 1 reduced channel cost and getting tier 5 Volatile Reversal in here. For chest, I would use the other Sentinel base type, the one that gives more armor and dot mitigation. I would also take tier 7% increased health if I could find one. Null's Tooth is awesome. It gives you flat damage, movement speed, +2 to melee skills, crit multi, strength, respectable amount of flat damage on it. You want to get up to +10 melee flat crit between your two weapons. Ideally, these would both be 2 LP, and they would both have tier 7 melee void and tier 5 melee crit. But that's like, I would be playing this game for another month or two to try to get the ideal 2 LP weapons. Aberroth's Command, we care about the void pin here, and you want to get either melee void or added melee crit chance here on the LP. Shattered Chain, Siphon of Anguish. I use Crab Ring because we don't need evade with Warpath. Dark Strides, you can use the Anchor of Oblivion here. I'm using the Falcon Fist, which come with the Endurance, so because of that, I only need tier 6 Endurance on one of my rings, for example, or Relic. If you didn't want to use Falcon Fist, or you don't have a good one, you can use any glove, and then you can get your Frailty there, and then you can use Anchor of Oblivion. The Tainted Effigy is good, also the Dread Banner is good. I have this extra pair of Dark Strides with Vitality and Hybrid Health on them. It's for when I'm in a boss fight. Toss those on for an extra 350 health. Close to 4k health if I get exalted percent health on my chest and helmet. Oh, by the way, Merchant's Guild is so strong. I've been a COF gamer my whole life. The thought of getting an Aberroth's Command, for example, with 2 LP, with the exact 2 affixes that I want slammed on them, that's like in COF you would be farming for months to get something like that. Merchant's Guild, this is how many attempts I've gotten at a 2 LP Null's Tooth slam, and obviously none of them hit, but it's just, it raises like the standard of what gear you can reasonably achieve by so much. This is all pretty reasonably able to get as COF. You can have just 1 LP, one of them with tier 7 crit, one of them with tier 7 melee void, and that's basically what I'm using right now. It does so much damage already. You get to 40 vitality, and that will cap your poison and necrotic res with just using the all res, blessing, and Annihilus. That's pretty much it. So yeah, this is the best Warpath build I have seen. I hope it works out. I did use this from level 1 because you can get mana back on Rive through this node and Time and Faith. You just add in the Void Cleave Abyssal Echoes combo after you're able to equip one of these Aberroth's command. Alright, and that's all I got. I like this build a lot, so I hope you guys like it. See you later.